All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about whatever I want to talk about. This will be about music and doing what I do in real time for a few real people out here, just like you there, just like me here. So, Mötley Crue and Dolly Parton. What do you think of that combo, right? Oh man. So I just when I read this stuff, I'm like, why? Why do we need a new version of Home Sweet Home featuring Dolly Parton? Dolly, look, I got to give Dolly credit. I give her a lot of crap, but she knows how to keep herself relevant. She's approaching 80 years old, and it's probably a current vocal from Dolly Parton who is adding her talents to the song Home Sweet Home. Now, what's interesting to me, though, is this sounds like the original song from 1985 with Dolly dubbed into it. Now, you could have done a lot of cool things with this if, you want to do that whole genre bending thing. You could have brought some fiddles in, maybe banjo, maybe some pedal steel guitar. Just rearrange it, right? Make it acoustic. You could have an old school piano on there, like a baby grand or something. I don't know. Baby grand piano. something to make the song a little different. But I listened to it, and it sounds like, and what's interesting is, yeah, Vince Neil sounds great on this track because it's from 40 years ago. Vince's vocal from 40. Of course it's going to sound good 40 years ago, Vince Neil. Yes. So this is what they say here in an article about bringing these two icons together. Bringing together two giants of American music, the new rendition of Home Sweet Home offers a powerful twist on the 1985 hit. And what's that twist? It's Dolly Parton, of course. Now, Dolly Parton, who was induced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I protested that induction, as did Dolly at the very beginning. But then someone tapped her on the shoulder and said, "Hey, Dolly, you can make a lot of money off of this." And she put out that rock star album. You go to Cracker Barrel, you walk in, you just want to have breakfast, and there's a big poster of Dolly Parton looking like a rock star. And, there's a stack of CDs that you can purchase. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, this was smart. People who go to Cracker Barrel like Dolly Parton. And they're going to grab the album and think to themselves, oh, Dolly's got a country record out, even though she's dressed like a rock star and the album is called Rockstar. I don't like all of this gender genre bending stuff. Freudian slip. Sorry. But I get it. People want to hear new takes of things. They're bored. I always say I'm bored with these songs. Home Sweet Home, you've heard it probably a million times. Probably Mötley Crue's most played track, I would think. And why not add Dolly Parton to it? It's kind of like the magic ingredient in your recipe. You need a boost. Steve Perry had Dolly Parton. Number of Christian bands. I think Zach Williams had Dolly Parton hanging out. For King and Country had Dolly Parton. And there's more. I've not been able to remember all of them, but Dolly likes to interject herself into things. All right. And the Hall of Fame thing, even though she protested initially, she got right on board. And now, in Mötley Crue's not in the Hall of Fame. That's funny. Do they deserve to be? Probably ahead of Dolly Parton, I would say. Right? But they're not. I wouldn't put them in there, but a lot of people probably would, They're super influential, Dave. That LA Sunset Strip thing, they don't like to put heavy metal bands or hard rock bands in there. There are more worthy applicants who haven't been put in there. And then they'll give you some musical excellence award like they did with Judas Priest. Iron Maiden people are still rabidly angry at being, kind of like, oh, well, yeah, we'll give you a little award over here, but we're we can't put you into the Hall of Fame, like really in there. It's just so Dolly is in though, because again, they needed to put another woman into the Hall of Fame. That was their agenda. They probably have it when they sit down to talk about this stuff and they say, okay, who haven't we put in? Who we could put in to kind of, balance the scales. We need more of this type of person in, more of this type of music or sound in there. We don't, this is like DEI Hall of Fame inductions, all right? So I've spent too much time on the Hall of Fame. Bottom line is that this is more good publicity for Dolly Parton. And for Mötley Crüe fans, something new. Although it's not really something new if you listen to Vince Neil's vocals. And again, someone's going to have to convince me that this is a recent Vince Neil recording. This sounds like the song from 1985 with Dolly Parton dubbed into it. Now, this is what it says. Bringing together two giants of American music. This is on a rock website, by the way. The new rendition of Home Sweet Home offers a powerful twist on the 1985 hit. It's a twist. I don't know how powerful it is. To drive home the song's positive message of hope, a portion of the proceeds, from the single will benefit Covenant House, an organization close to the hearts of the members of Mötley Crüe. Covenant House provides safe shelter, meals, hope, and more to help youth experiencing homelessness. Sounds like a really good cause, actually. I'm wondering, though, how many proceeds, it says here, proceeds from the single, how much money will be generated? Do people purchase singles today? No, they stream them. They're going to stream this song. They're not going to buy it. And what do they make on streaming revenue? A couple of pennies every so often? The members of Mötley Crüe shared in a joint statement. Home Sweet Home was first released in 1985 as a single from our Theater of Pain album. For an icon like Dolly Parton to sing on a song that has not only meant so much to us, but to all the fans through the years, is a career high. And they emphasize the word high. That means a lot to us. We couldn't be happier to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Home Sweet Home in this special way. And we're excited to share this version of the song with all the Dolly and Mötley fans around the world. Were there a lot of crossover there between Dolly and Mötley fans? I thought there were kind of two different groups, but I don't know anymore. Everything has become okay. It's okay. This is Dolly Parton and Mötley Crüe. It's oil and water mixed together. It's amazing. Paint and pickle juice goes together. Wow. All right, that's the coffee. The members add that we were able to unite with Dolly to raise awareness for homeless youth and amazing work of Covenant House. Okay, so that's a really good cause. I'm not trying to throw shade on the cause. The cause is great. I don't know how much money this is going to generate. Like Steve Perry's auction, $200,000 will get you one bedroom somewhere in Los Angeles. So I just like you could build maybe one bedroom with $200K. This may help the Covenant House. Maybe I should link. Maybe I'll find a link for Covenant House. Not that people watching my video are going to make a huge impact over at Covenant House, but hey, I'll post the link to it. Sounds like a good cause. But this is just, it's getting like, hey, can we get Dolly Parton to sing on our record? I mean, is it because these guys aren't really that relevant anymore? Is it because Dolly is a publicity hound and she's smart? Yeah, it's both of those things. And it's where we're at today, where we can combine two things that don't go together, much like Dolly Parton being induced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That should have never happened. There are so many bands, so many artists. I'm still yelling about Jim Croce. I don't know. Nobody's going to listen to me, but you put Dolly Parton in. I mean, Bryan Adams, Phil Collins. Hello? Hello? Is this on? Is this on? I was lectured that I babbled too much, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop babbling. God bless Dolly Parton and Mötley Crüe. Go listen to the track. Tell me what you think, because I think it's the original song with Dolly just dubbed in there. I can't really hear much of a difference. You think they would have done like some pedal steel or some fiddle or something to make it a little more country sounding? Because you could easily turn that into a country song, but nope, not so much. All right, folks, I'm out. God bless. Talk soon.